Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. It's really, really early for me to vlog today. But we're going over to Alex's aunt and uncle's house today for his aunt's birthday, his cousin's birthday. I'm not sure if Carlos and Liliana are going to be there to celebrate Carlos's birthday, but it's going to be really fun. There's going to be dinner. Other people are coming over there. Lots of friends are coming over there and stuff like that, so I'm really excited about it. So I was like, I want to get my vlog done, first, and I wanted to get it, I wanted to get to it as early as possible so that I could have it rendered, uploaded, and scheduled and ready to go. That way, I wouldn't have to post later that I wasn't going to vlog tonight, and it would just be ready to go later. So that is my plan. Like I said, it's really, really early. It's actually 2 o'clock on the dot. So we are going to leave here about 4:30, so I should be able to get all of that done in time to get the vlog rendered, and then I'm going to upload it, and then have it scheduled to go, and then we're going to get ready and go over to Alex's aunt and uncle's house, and I am so, so excited about it. So, it's going to be really nice to get out of the house for a little bit, hang out with some family, and all that. Super excited. Alex is right now, so, I mentioned this like a week or two ago that I wanted to start going through like all of my beaded jewelry that I have, because I have tons of these birds are so loud today. There's so many birds out there right now, it's ridiculous. Did you guys like my bird footage in my video yesterday? I was actually really, really impressed. For those of you that, made it that far, I was really, really impressed with what I caught. I didn't think that I was going to be able to catch anything on my phone. And so, I was standing in the kitchen, because I didn't want to sit out here, because if I sat out here, then, you would hear me in the background of it. So I was standing in the kitchen, and I was watching to see if any birds would okay, so when I tried to film it last night, there's only certain areas in the tree where my phone will go sideways like this so that I could record it backwards, right? And so I was like, oh, I can face it right towards the wood bird feeder. And it was perfect. I thought it was really, listen, I think I deserve an Academy Award for that, okay? For videography or filmography. But anyway, so I wanted to face it towards the finch feeder, because that's where most of the birds are. But I think it actually worked better where I had it, because you could just see the one bird come in, and then there was one bird waiting. Did you see? But anyway, towards the end of it, one of the reasons why I kind of cut it off is I was standing in the kitchen, and there was 6 kids that were walking down the street. Which incidentally, apparently, the 6 kids that I witnessed, I was not aware of this, but this is the huge drama of the neighborhood, is that we even got an email about it and everything, that kids are not allowed to swim in the lakes. We already knew that. But there were these, I don't know how many kids there were. There was 6 kids, and they were jumping in the lakes by where the first bridge is. So we have a couple bridges in our neighborhood, but it's where the first bridge is, when you come into our neighborhood. And apparently these kids were jumping into it right behind this woman's house, and it's this huge liability issue if something, obviously, if something would happen to them. I don't know why they would want to swim in these lakes. These lakes are, they're not even lakes, they're ponds. Which, I mean, I know to kids, they wouldn't care, I was so scared of Jaws, that's nothing that I would have ever done. But anyway, apparently this woman came out that they were right behind her house, because she lived on the lakes, and she was like, you guys aren't allowed to swim in the lakes. And apparently they started cussing her out and called her an old bee and all that stuff. So that's what a lot of people are talking about today in the neighborhood. These kids that were swimming. They were supposedly real young. They said they in the email it said their ages were 8 to 10, and they were calling this woman an old bee because she was telling them that they had to get out of the ponds where why would you want to swim in these ponds? Anyway, and it wasn't even that warm. That's what's really, really crazy about it. It wasn't even that warm. So anyway, when I was standing in the kitchen, I saw these kids coming down the street. I think it was probably them. And so I was I waited for them to pass to see which way they were going. And then I went out there, and I was well, I can't include that, because you can hear them in the background, and then you can see me come out and be like this. I should have included all of that too, By the way, today I'm having a little iced coffee, and I am having it in my Marv cup in honor of little Marv and his big teeths. I love this cup so much. I'm actually thinking about getting another one of these. Maybe like, I think I have a t-shirt of his. Just to remember the little guy by. I have a t-shirt of Thumbelina's. And when I got it, it was like it's like a ring tee. It looked like it was going to fit fine, but it just was a little bit smaller than me. And then I gained some weight back, and I've lost a little bit of weight, but not a lot. So I should probably try it again. I've actually, one of the things I need to do is, well, this is what I was talking about. Okay, so with Alex. So, getting off course already. Like a week and a half ago, I said something, I've talked about it on here, but I was also talking about it to Alex about how I wanted to go through like all my beaded jewelry, and like I have a lot of leather jewelry and stuff like that I used to wear back in the day. And, that I want to go through it, and I want to see what I want to keep, and then I want to put it like in a jewelry box or whatever, so that it's just like really easily accessible, because I have tons of it. I have a lot of like colorful, like, it's very like hippie beaded jewelry, or like what you see when you see like ads for Tulum or something like that, but it's stuff that I've had for literally like since I was in high school, you know, and I would just collect it and collect it and collect it. And my mom wore a lot of beaded jewelry. Well, Alex wore a lot of like beaded jewelry, and he wore a lot of leather jewelry as well, like when we first started, like leather cuff bracelets and stuff like that. And so, I mean, we have hundreds of it, and I mean, like, that's no exaggeration. He probably has twice as much as I do. And so his are in like boxes, and I had totally forgotten that they were like in boxes in the back of our closet in the bathroom, because it's like this walk-in closet. So today, he was like, when I got up, he was laying in bed, and he had like the eye things on and stuff. And so we were laying there talking for a little bit. And then I got up, and I did my prayers and meditations and whatever. And I came up, I kept on hearing him like with the little, not the shop vac thing, not the shark vac, you know what I'm talking about, that we use in the kitchen. And I was like, what is he doing up there? So I went in the bathroom. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting rid of all the stuff that I don't want that's in here. Because kind of like the back half is his, and the back half left is his, and like the back half right is mine. And so he was like throwing out like these bags, or he's going to donate all these bags and stuff that he doesn't want anymore. I hit the table, and then the tripod fell. Anyway, he's throwing out like all these bags, like not like high-end bags or anything like that. He's like, you know, bags that you get at like events, like bags for like Ultra Music Festival and stuff like that we've gotten, that have like the tickets and like the merch and stuff in it that you get, whatever. But anyway, he's like going through, and he's like deciding which ones he wants to keep and which ones he wants to get rid of. But then I was like getting ready to, I was like, I'm gonna go vlog now, so I can, you know, get my vlog done, and then it'll be like ready to go and scheduled for the day, and then we can, I was like, what time do you want to leave? He was like 4:30. I was like, oh, this is perfect. So, and he's maybe gonna go and get his aunt and his cousin a present, or we're gonna maybe get it on the way. So, but anyway, so when I came back in, he was like on the floor, and he was going through these boxes, and I was like, what is all that? I mean, he had like all these, like, they were like these gift boxes. I'd forgotten like these Christmas gift boxes that have like built-in bows on them on top. And he was like, and he opened one of them, and it was like all this like beaded jewelry of his. I was like, oh my God, how much do you have? I said, please do not throw any of that away. I want to go through it too, to see what if there's any that I want. He's like, I'm not gonna throw any of it away. So anyway, he's like rearranging boxes and putting it places and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's what he's doing right now. So cheers to the excitement of cleaning. I do a project like that like every single day of my life. Like every single day I clean out like a cabinet or a drawer. It's like a little bit at a time. It's like every time I talk to Tanya on the phone, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm cleaning out the pantry, like I'm going through, or she's like, I'm cleaning out my bedroom closet, like going through clothes. Tanya does that about once a month. Like she does a full pantry clean like once a month, a full closet clean like once a month. And she'll just watch her shows in the background. I don't know if that's maybe where I got it, but like on my phone, I have like a list of things to clean. And so it's like the one thing I have left is like this desk in our living room that was like my mom and dad's at our old house, and my mom's, and then she brought it over here. It's like this tall desk, you know? It's like what they call it, like a secretary desk where it like folds down. And in there, we have like DVD sets of TV shows. We have books. Alex has a lot of like, he has actually like work learning books and things like that in there. And then I have all of like my mom's journals are in there. We have so much crap in there. So like that's the one thing I have not gone through that's been on the list forever. But like the buffet tables in the living room where we have pictures on and stuff like that, the drawers, those are on there as well. But like, So like every day I'll do like a kitchen cabinet or something and clean one of those out. Like when I say like I'm just doing stuff around the house, like that's what I mean. Like I literally take everything out of like a kitchen cabinet and go through like what do we want to keep, what do we want to get rid of. I have to be kind of like in the right state of mind for that. Like some days this is probably why I keep on doing it over and over and over again, because some days I feel like I can't get rid of anything and other days I can get rid of all of it, you know? But in the basement's coming together. I need to actually go through all the books in the basement. But you know what's been happening lately? This is bad. As I've gotten more into physical copy reading, is that when I look through the books in the basement, I take from the like get rid of pile, like the donate pile, and I put them back into my save pile. So I'll go through the boxes of like the books that I've like collected. We've given so many books away, but I don't even know how many boxes I have down there still. I'll go through those boxes and be like, oh, I might want to read this book this summer, or I'm like, you just need to get rid of this stuff. You just need to get rid of this stuff. So anyway, so yeah, that was my bird feeder footage yesterday. That was really, really fun to include. Today I might include a little bit more at the end, but we'll see. Maybe. Right now, there's a bird there's a cardinal over there. Oh, did you guys see that? I posted a picture of the cardinal the other day. The cardinals are starting to come. And then last night, I had to get online, and I ordered from that bird company 2 more bags of heavy bird seed. I feel like I need to... Okay, this is the thing. Sullivan's has like an extensive like bird and squirrel section where they have like bird feeders and they have squirrel feeders. They have these bird feeders. I really, really like them. They look like something that would be in like... What's the Hobbit books? Do you know what I'm talking about? It looks like that. It's like wood, kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, like tree bark on the outside and then moss coming out of the inside, and there's some moss on the outside. Like real natural looking bird feeders. But the bird holes are like real small on it. And Caroline's like, I don't think any birds are going to use those. She's like, I think those are more decorative. And they have like 6 different kinds. And I really want one. But Caroline's like, I don't think the birds would use those. I do think that the birds use the feeders that are more, like, they're easily accessible. I will say that. Like, I thought I bought a feeder that looked like a house with a front porch on it. Like, it looked real cutesy. I don't know if that came and it's in a box in the garage, or if I don't know now, if I never ordered it or what. But, like, right now there's 4 birds on the finch feeder. And I think it's because they each have like these individual perches, so they can sit on the individual perch and then just eat right out of the hole. I mean, birds come and birds go constantly off that thing. And then the green one is really easy too, because they can just sit on it and it kind of spins, and then the food comes out at the bottom of it. The one that I showed the footage in from yesterday is honestly, the wood one is my favorite because I just think it's real cute. And I have another one like it in the garage that I ordered, but they... like I think certain birds only go in there because I don't know if it like scares them, or they have to kind of like go on a tree branch and then hop onto the edge and then like go into it. Looks like there's a bird that's gonna go. No, he went to the other one, or she went down there. There's all this fluff in the air. I just took my allergy medicine, so see if I can catch some. Oh, couldn't catch it. Oh my God, there's like constant birds flying out here. I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, I got 2 more bags of bird feed last night. I don't know when this... Oh, there's the little bunny! Oh my God! You guys have to show me the bunny. He's hiding behind this plant over here. I don't know if you can see him. He just came hopping through the driveway. Okay, he's hiding behind the last hosta. His ears just perked up. Do you see him? I want to stand up real slow. Oh, did he just run away? No, he's right there. Well, hi, honey. Look at the bird feeders, how crazy they're going. See him. Constant bird action. Is he still there? There he is. I wonder where his nest is, or her nest is, because I feel like it's close. What are you doing, honey? Are you eating? He is. Does anybody know how you know the difference between a male bunny and a female bunny? Oh my god, all the birds just flew away. Somebody must be walking down the street. Oh, they are. Somebody is walking down the street. The bunny just flew away. The bunny just flew away. By the way, as you can see, weather permitting, our condos did not get painted this week at all. Because it wasn't weather permitting. It rained like every day this week. Oh, and all the birds are back now that she walked down the street. I wonder why they like get so scared every time somebody walks down the street that they all fly away. I feel like our yard has just become this like nature sanctuary. And I love it. Actually, you know what I was thinking today is I'm going to put the bird baths out. Like one of the bird baths out. Because I might put it right underneath the tree. And then when they come to mow, just take it away. Because I was waiting. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's going to be June 1st in a week. Oh yeah, next Sunday is June 1st. And nobody has said anything about our walkway. I mean, it's not like the lack of painting is stopping me from picking these weeds. I just, in all honesty, I want to hire the guy that she used, and I don't really want to do all of it. And I don't see the point in doing it if they're going to be painting over here and having ladders up and it's a mess. Like, I don't see the point in doing it twice, like, within 2 weeks. So I'm waiting for them to do that. But I've been waiting to kind of put out the bird baths and things like that, and the, what do you call it, the pollinator feeders and stuff like that, because I want to put them all through here. I actually think, like with the shepherd's hooks, I bought 2 or 4 like 5-foot shepherd's hooks. You know what I'm talking about, the ones that go like that, where you can hang stuff on them. Like I was gonna put one of the, I was gonna put a, what do you call it, hummingbird feeder on it, and somebody said don't put it up close because it'll attract bees and things like that, which I hadn't even really thought of. That was a good point. So I'm thinking about putting one down there with like a hummingbird feeder. But I am thinking about hanging one around here with like a bird feeder closer. And just seeing if they... My husband's doing something. So anyway, he's going through all his jewelry today and his beaded jewelry. Deciding what he wants to keep and what he wants to get out and or give up and all that kind of stuff. Who's texting me? Nikki texted me this funny picture. I was going to, actually was going to try to get up a little bit earlier today, and I was going to like, film a bunch of videos on other channels. I had a drama video. I mean, I had videos for all of my channels that I was going to do. I had some true crime from my Peter Watches TV channel. I have had this, well, I mean, I have like 6 or 8 booktube videos that I've been wanting to do, and they're always the last ones I get to during the day. But I really want to do kind of like this 2-part video where like the first, I know, this is where I get excited about stuff that's like, it probably won't hit 500 views, you know? But it's like, I don't care because I just do it because I love it. But where I want to show like the upstairs books I all pulled for summer and then the downstairs books I pulled for summer. Like I want to do that one. I've got like 5 or 6 reviews that I want to do over there. So I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to film today. We'll see about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be kind of a lazy day. I mean, it's like everybody is doing stuff tomorrow, like race stuff. We're not doing that. Caroline and I are not doing Cousin Fun Day this week. She just texted me earlier today, which is interesting because she's going to a race party today with some of her girlfriends. But anyway, I have these like big thick sweatpants on and I'm like burning up. I'm gonna have to pull them up. But anyway, she has an appointment Wednesday afternoon, so she's like, we're gonna have to skip this week. I'm like, that's totally fine. I didn't really have a bunch of stuff to do this week anyway, so that'll give me all day Wednesday to film, and then Tuesday, anyway, I'll just film all week long. But Alex will be home on Monday because it's Memorial Day. I don't know if we're going to do anything with, like, his family or something. I asked Caroline. I don't think she and her I don't think they're doing anything for Memorial Day. I feel like his uncle maybe one year had a cookout, but since we're doing his aunt's birthday this weekend, I don't think that we'll probably turn around and do a cookout on Monday. So it'll probably just be like us hanging out and watching movies and stuff like that. I know, like, Alex will be like, he'll probably, oh, I did catch some of it. So this is the stuff that flies around that my mom said. Whenever I show stuff on camera, people always are like, Peter shows stuff on camera, it's totally at it. Do you see this little fluff? Okay, it's pollen is what it is. But that's the stuff that my mom said when she came back to visit me. That would be in the air and I would see a cardinal. What's I gonna say? Like, if we're just sitting around watching shows or watching TV or whatever, if he's like watching The Good Wife, he'll be like, babe, do you need me to go downstairs or go upstairs? Like, do you want to film? So I don't know what I have no idea what my filming schedule is going to be like. I may film tomorrow, I may not. I may film Monday, I may not. I may just come back on Tuesday, you know, after Alex is back at work. I may film all 3 days. It just kind of depends on how I feel. If I had gotten up earlier today, I probably would have filmed some other videos. But I stayed up too late last night watching Love After Lockup. Okay, I'm obsessed. I'm totally obsessed with this show. So last night, I finished season 1 of Love After Lockup. It's interesting, okay, if you've watched it all the way through, Love After Lockup, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's interesting, like, the first couple of seasons. Like, the first season is definitely like this, and the second season is built exactly the same. They actually say it on the second season, at the trailer, at the beginning, that these people are dating convicts that are getting out of prison with the plan to marry them. It's almost kind of like, feels like it was like 90 Day Fiancé. If you've watched 90 Day Fiancé, it's like, you know, people that are getting this, like, specialized visa so they can come here, and then they get married. They have 90 days to get married and decide if they want to stay married or not. It feels kind of like that model of a show. Like, every single couple on season 1 and season 2 are like, the intention is to get married as soon as they get out of prison. Well, the later seasons that I've watched, I mean, I started originally watching it last year on season 5, because so many people, when I started my Peter Watches TV channel, I was asking people, like, what shows do you want me to watch and cover? And people asked me to watch Love After Lockup. I actually wish, oh, my allergies. I even took my allergies medicine this morning. The pollen count, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but that stuff is just flooding the sky this morning. But, I don't know which ones I like better, if I like the early season. I think I like the later seasons are definitely more messy. I wish I would have covered, okay, so Nikki and I figured out last night, well, you know, at the end, because, so last night, Nikki and I always watch the current season, like, it comes out on Friday nights. We'll, like, watch it later in the night, and, like, she'll watch it at home, and I'll watch it at my home, and then we text each other stuff through we literally start it at the exact same moment, and she'll say, like, okay, go, and then we'll both hit play, and so we're watching the show, like, does that make sense? Okay, so, which is really fun, I love doing it, but anyway, so we're like a third into the show last night, and I said, I feel like this is the last episode. So here's what's so confusing about it, is that Love After Lockup goes into Life After Lockup, goes into Love During Lockup, and then some of the people from Love During Lockup are on Love After Lockup, and some of the people from Love After Lockup are on Life After Lockup. I don't remember them doing this in season 5, but in the current season, at the end of it, they said whose stories would continue in Life After Lockup. But, so we were like, is this the last, it was the 10th episode, and we're like, is this the last episode of the season? Well, at the end, they, you know, like, they showed where everybody is today and stuff like that. But then Nikki was finding all these, like, TikToks of Julius and his girlfriend breaking up and her kicking him out of the house and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, the later seasons are really, really messy. Like, they fight a lot. The earlier seasons are kind of like that, but they're not as bad. I will say this, like, I don't know, like, some of these people get out and you can totally tell that they have just led these people on the outside, like, told them they were in love with them and wanted to be with them forever, and they were kind of using them. But then on the flip side of that, it's like, a lot of these, and it's not just the women, it's the men, I mean, because it's not all like women waiting for convicts, male convicts to get out. There's like men that are waiting for female convicts to get out. I think there's been a couple gay couples. Season 6, there's a gay couple on it. It's really kind of a sad story. People have asked me what I think about it because it has to do with meth addiction and things like that. I think it's tragically sad. I think it's really, really sad. The guy's incarcerated again. He got incarcerated 3 weeks after he got out of prison, and he's back in there. I think it said till 2029, and that's the current season. So and he's very comfortable in prison. I mean, it's really sad. And he almost took the other guy down with him into his addiction again. And his whole family is very, like, 12-step. You can tell. Like, I mean, they don't use a lot of language, but it was interesting because they did this whole, like, barbecue thing at their house and had him over there. And the dad, you can tell they're, like, old-timers. You can tell the mom is totally, like, in Al-Anon, and the dad is, like, 12-step, and the brother's 12-step. And because they're using language like Sunlight of the Spirit and stuff like that. I mean, there's language that you know in recovery that if somebody said, like, if somebody referred to, like, God's blessings, the sunlight of the Spirit, like, that's kind of a really 12-step. There's certain words that are, like, in phrasings, like ego, arrogance, and pride, like, in that order. That's literally a direct quote. If you hear people say that, that's, like, a direct quote from a 12-step program. There's, like, I'm trying to think of something else that, I mean, you can hear some of the other things, I mean, like, faith without works is dead is, you know, a very biblical statement, but it's also something that's really known in recovery. I mean, there are a lot of things that are kind of like crossovers, you know, like, I'm trying to think of a specifically, like, a 12-step thing that, well, like, if somebody said acceptance is the answer to all of my problems today, like, that's literally a direct quote. I'd be like, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, and that's how I have met people before that are sober that I don't know that are sober. Somebody will say something to me, and I'll be like, and I look at them, and there's a way that you ask. It's like, you don't just say, like, oh, are you sober? I mean, I think today probably people would, but, you know, back when I first got sober, there was, like, a way that you would say, are you a friend of? And it was one of the founders of the, first 12-step program, and that's kind of like how you would ask somebody, and they'd say, oh yeah, how are you? And you'd be like, yeah. I can remember back in the day when I first got sober and I was going to all these, you know, different meetings. So different meetings have, you know, different programs have different things. Like, some have keychains, some have coins, some have this, some have that. And I can remember, like, for my first year and a half, I was, you know, a meeting in this program, a meeting in that program, a meeting in this program. And finally my sponsor was like, I think, you know, go to wherever you want, but, like, for your foundation, maybe you pick a program and stick with it as far as working the steps. The steps are a little bit different. I mean, they don't translate across, like, for every, this is a really deep conversation to get at. That's not going to make a lot of sense. But they don't translate completely. Like, if you're gonna, I mean, they do, but, like, if you were gonna work, like, I think if I switched programs tomorrow, I mean, which I probably wouldn't do at 30 years sober, but if I did, like, my new sponsor would probably say, I think it's great that you work steps in this program, but why don't you work the steps with me in this program? Because it's a little bit different. Which would totally make sense, you know? The other thing is that, like, in certain programs, they'll say, like, maybe, like, suggest that people go to another program where they can get, like, more specific. They're going to hear their story more in some programs than others. I mean, this is a deeper conversation for a different day. This is, like, a real deep conversation. But anyway, when I first started going to meetings, I was going to, like, this kind of meeting here, that kind of meeting here. The reason why I never say what meetings I go to specifically, and every once in a while I will go to, like, a meeting in a different program if a friend of mine is speaking, and they'll be like, will you come to my lead or whatever. I mean, the words closed meetings, open meetings, leads, those are pretty, like, they go through all programs, if that makes sense. Sometimes the language is different, our basic texts are different, things like that. But I'll go to different meetings. I don't talk a lot about this on here, but I actually got sober in one program, and then I switched to another program. That was kind of a sister program to it. And that program is not as prevalent in Indianapolis today as it used to be. So anyway, but thank God for that program. I wouldn't be here today, you know? But anyway, what was I going to say about all that? Oh, so I can remember, like, when I would go places, I would have my keychains. Because you could get keychains in certain programs for, like, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year. And they're different colored keychains. And, well, there are several different programs that use keychains. So anyway, I would have these keychains on my thing, right? And I'll never forget, like, I would be places, like, at the gas station, getting a pack of cigarettes or something. The woman would be like, oh my God, I am too. And she would, like, she'd say, like, oh, you have 90 days? She'd be like, I have 30 days. And I'd be like, oh, that happened to me several times. I don't know, it felt like there's real power in being seen, I think, and knowing that somebody else shares your story and feeling like you're seen in somebody else's eyes. I don't know, there's a camaraderie in that, I think is really, really important, So anyway, what was I saying? I stayed up way too late last night and watched Love After Lockup. Oh, well, let's talk about my night last night and then we'll get to Love After Lockup. Okay, so Alex and his mom stayed at the track. They stayed at the track actually pretty late last night. So when I got done, I texted him, and they were eating pizza on Main Street and Speedway. He brought most of it home. I said, was it good? He goes, it was really, really good. I don't know what time that was. Let me see what time. Because I texted him, yay, finishing up the last part of my walk. He said, we're getting pizza. That was at 8:52. So he got home probably at like, well, what time did I say? He said home. So he got home at 10:38. They had so much fun. Apparently there was like some free concert at the Snake Pit. They got in for free. They walked all around. They had such a good time. And I said, yay, finishing up the last part of my walk. And he said, okay, babe. And then I came home. So last night was like, I really wanted to walk because I'm trying to be really intentional with my walking, number one. Number two, I just am really enjoying my walks. Number three, I'm getting a lot of my audiobooks done with my walks. I think I'm 7 books ahead right now. So I really wanted to walk, but I'd walked so long the night before that I was kind of like, oh my God, I don't know that I can do it again. I don't want to push myself too hard, whatever. So I started walking last night. And it was interesting because I hadn't really watched like drinking water or coffee throughout the day, which, is like one of my big fears, that if I'll have to go to the bathroom while I'm out. And so I started walking, and I was finishing up so when I say the second Alex Cross book, I mean the 3 for the month. So it was book like 14. I bet people are people coming in town, going down to the track and things like that. Nobody goes to the track. Is today Saturday? Or is today Friday? Today's Saturday. Let's see how many books ahead I am now. This will be all day tomorrow, or for the track. Oh, I'm only 6 books ahead. But anyway, so which book is it? Which number book is it in the series? Okay, it's like this month's books. Oh, you know what? That's why I'm not 7 books ahead, because I didn't even add it on here. So it's Double Cross. Hold on, I finished this book last night. I gotta add my point system. Cross Country. So bad. 1 star. Okay, and now I'm reading. Hold on, I gotta put the new one in that I'm reading. I'm listening to, which I have an hour and a half left of. I'm so far into it. I think it's book 15. And it's called Alex Cross's Trial. Alex Cross's Trial at 15. Yeah, that's the one I'm currently reading. Now am I 7 books ahead? How many books have I now read? 50? 50 books of 100. I'm 7 books ahead! Oh my God. So Nikki was like really behind for a while. Like Mel and I are both like 6 books ahead or 7 books ahead. And Nikki was like 3 books behind, 4 books behind. And she'd be like, how are you so far ahead? And I'm like, because I'm listening to audiobooks and I'm also physical copy reading. And she's like, well, I am too. Because she's always listening to an audiobook and then she's also like reading like a book. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm reading like 5 books at the same time. Although I haven't finished like any of those. I actually started a new one last night. It's the one that's called like, is there a haunted house or something? It's from the Bubblegum Club. It's so corny. But anyway, so Mel and I are always like teasing her about it, right? And so Nikki one night, she goes, oh my God, I finally got caught up. She's like, I'm like 1 book ahead. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm trying to be real, real happy for her. So the next day she's like, what the F? She's like, how am I now a book behind? I was like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. I gotta text her. I'm gonna say, oh my God, I have to tell you something serious. She's gonna know it's a joke, because our joke is nails. The fingernail emoji. So Nikki sometimes, like back in the day, like when she would like search for the emoji, she would type in nails, but then it would be like on the text, so it would come through and just say the word nails. So that became this joke for us, okay? So now we don't put the emoji nails, we just say nails, okay? But I'm gonna say, I said, oh my God, I have to tell you something serious. she's gonna know right away. She doesn't ever, like, she's not the friend, like, Tanya would be like, what? Oh my God, tell me. She doesn't ever like, her and Mel both are like, they right away know it's like a joke. I think she and her husband are grocery shopping. Oh, she read it, hold on. She's gonna say something smart ass, watch. She's thinking in her head right now. She hasn't responded to it. She's thinking in her head. She's gonna send me, watch, she's gonna send me some kind of like meme or something like that. She's like trying to find the perfect meme right now because I'm telling her it's something serious. Come on now, Nikki. What was I telling about? Anyway, so, my walk. So, last night, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. If I walk 20 or 30 minutes, like, I'm just trying to get in just a little bit of exercise every day. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I just get a little exercise in. And I actually didn't start until it was like getting dark outside. And so I started and I wanted to walk by and see if she was still in her backyard. She's like thinking of the perfect response over here. Come on now, girl. So anyway, she was still like out working in her yard, but she was like inside for the second. So I kept on walking. And, she must be shopping. So anyway, I kept on walking, and I completely took a different route. I didn't even think about it. I was like, my plan was to go, like, through the neighborhood, like, you know, twice, because it was dark, and then go up that road, and then come out. I ended up, like, going through the neighborhood once, wrapping back around, and then going out the gate, and then going behind us, and going in and out of all these streets. And then I went a completely different road than I've ever really gone before, and I started going up, and before I knew it, I looked at my phone. Oh, I finished the second Alex Cross book, and I started the third one. Okay, that's what I was going to say. So, about the third Alex Cross, the camera stopped, was I really at 30 minutes? About the third Alex Cross book, or book 15, Alex Cross's Trial is what it's called. I guess he originally, there's like a preface to it where he talked about it. The preface is so weird, though. The preface is like told from Alex Cross's point of view. I don't know if, I don't really know how to say this. I don't know if, like, James Patterson, I don't know what he's doing with this book. If you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't know, like, the book before it was about war crimes in Africa, and this book is kind of like, it has nothing to do with the series whatsoever. I actually called Mel, like, half an hour into the book, and I was like, am I reading the right book? Or, because it's about Alex Cross's, like, great-great-grandfather, Abraham Cross in Mississippi in, like, the early 1900s, and it's about, like, lynchings and racism and things. I don't really know what to think about it. In the context of the series, it makes no sense. I don't know if it's going to play out later in the series. I don't really know what I think about the fact that it was written by James Patterson. There's a co-writer on it. I don't know anything about the co-writer on it at all. When I was reading it, it almost kind of made me wonder. I wanted to look and see what year it came out. Because it almost kind of made me wonder if it didn't come out close to, where does it say? I want to know if it came out close to the year that Go Set a Watchman came out. Because it kind of felt like James Patterson's response to Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. What year? So that book, Trial, came out in 2009. I feel like Go Set a Watchman came out after that. Go Set a Watchman. Publication date. 2015 is when it came out. It came out 10 years ago. Ghost Out of Watchmen did. Huh. I know when I mention this, people are going to be like, did you know she has a book? Yes, I know that Harper Lee has a book coming out in October. I already have it pre-ordered. I think through the publisher, because there's like something you get from the publisher. I don't know what it's called. Here, I'll look it up and tell you. It's a book of short stories. I cannot wait for this book. Harper Lee's new book, The Land of Sweet Forever, Stories and Essays, will be published on October 21st, 2025. This collection includes 8 short stories written before To Kill a Mockingbird and 8 nonfiction pieces spanning her career. The stories, discovered in Lee's New York City apartment after her death, explore themes of politics, equality, art, and the American South. Here's a more detailed look. Content. This book contains 8 previously unreleased short stories and 8 essays, including a profile of Truman Capote, a cornbread recipe. Oh my God! Oh, my mom. She would have loved that. And a letter to Oprah Winfrey. The short stories were found in Lee's apartment after her passing in 2016. Themes. The collection delves into Lee's early writing and explores various aspects of her life and work, including her childhood in Alabama and her experience as a young writer in New York City. Significance. This new collection offers a deeper understanding of Lee's writing and artistic development, expanding beyond her iconic novel To Kill a Mockingbird. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's interesting if there's a letter to Oprah Winfrey in here. So Oprah Winfrey wanted to interview her for her show. I've seen this like clip where Oprah's talking about it, and she like, they went to like the plaza to have tea or lunch or something. She knew like immediately that she wasn't going to do the interview on the show. I feel like she did do an interview on her show at some point, but she asks her, Harper Lee asks Oprah, like, the reason that she doesn't come out. She's like, who do you, like, if I was a character in To Kill a Mockingbird, who do you think I am? And I don't remember how Oprah responds, but basically what Harper Lee says, this is going to get me choked up, because it's my favorite literary character of life. That's why I named him this. But Harper Lee says that she's Boo Radley, you know, like, in society, she's Boo Radley, that she's misunderstood, and she's scared and fearful of what she doesn't understand, and she's quiet, and she's like, you know, moves through the world kind of as a ghost kind of thing. And is that a woodpecker out there on the tree? That is a woodpecker on my tree. Oh my God, the very bottom of the tree. That's interesting. But you know, it's so weird, like, when you talk about like growth and development. Which, this isn't really growth and development, but I mean, as I say this, I know somebody is like so rolling their eyes right now, but to me it feels that way, that like I have found such peace and calm in my life that just looking at these birds in this tree, I mean, watching this bird just like climbing up the side of this tree and watching them eat just brings me such solace in my life, that I ever got to a point where I would just like sit here for like literally like hours and listen to my audiobook and just like watch or listen to music and just watch them, you know. I love it so much. Anyway, I'm real interested to see what comes out in that. But Alex Cross's trial, which apparently came out years before that, I don't know. It kind of feels like it's trying to be his To Kill a Mockingbird moment. There's actually some lines in the book that almost kind of feel like, there's a line at the beginning of the book that he says, so it's about this attorney that returns. Well, first of all, there's a lot of famous people in it, a lot of like famous black writers. A lot of like, there's like President Roosevelt is in there and speaks in the book. Like, he fictionalizes a lot of like famous people. I don't love when people do that in books. But he gets sent to his hometown of Eudora, Mississippi. Well, first of all, like, the first chapter is called A Good Man is Hard to Find. And I'm like he there's just a lot of it that just feels very trite to me about it. I don't know. I mean, A Good Man is Hard to Find, you know, is famous work. Who is honking? Now my birds are scared. Who's leaving? I don't know who that person is. Anyway, and it's about this attorney that goes, like, Roosevelt asks him to go back to his hometown where his dad is a judge to find out, like, how prevalent lynchings are in that area. All these people are leaving, like, from some house right over here. I don't know what house it is, but it's like all these cars are leaving. Oh, I wonder if they might have that. My throat is itching so bad, you guys. There is so much of that stuff just like floating through the air. I should look and see what the pollen count is. But anyway, they must have had like friends or something over there showing them the condo, because all these people are leaving from their house. I don't know what I think about this book. You know, it's not uninteresting. It's very interesting. It just, to me, it feels very forced. I don't really know how to explain it. So, I don't know. I'll reserve judgment until I'm done with that. I've got an hour and a half left. So anyway, I just kept on walking and walking and walking. I ended up walking for 2 hours and 3 minutes last night. And I could have walked for like another hour. I was like, this was another one where I was like, Peter, get back. I'm actually starting to really notice the difference. I mean, it's only been like 2 weeks, but I'm noticing the difference in my legs. My legs are looking a little bit more muscular. I've always kind of had like thick legs anyway. But I'm kind of noticing they're getting a little bit toned up a little bit, which inspires me to want to like even work a little bit more, you know, walk a little bit more. The last probably 20 minutes, I was walking very much like a speed walker like this, trying to get some upper body work movement. So I didn't really do a lot of strength training this week, which was another one of my goals. So next week we'll, like, you know, with the walking, we will implement the strength training. But I'm really enjoying my walks. You know, it's nice. I get like everything done, and then while the vlog is uploading, it's kind of like this, like, you know, this daily ritual that I have now that while everything's uploading, or my vlog's uploading, that I go take my walk. That's actually why the vlog didn't get posted till late last night, because I didn't get back in until after 11. So, and I was kind of worried about that on the walk. I was like, oh, people are probably wondering where the vlog is, and I don't think anybody worried about it. So anyway, but I got the vlog done and up, and then I came home and I posted it. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of this nice thing that I do every day, you know, now that I walk. And unless it rains outside. Like I said, I think I'm going to move. It's interesting, like, when I will say in a vlog, like, I'll say something directly, like, oh, I'm just making this up. Like, last night, I'll say, like, oh, last night I watched the movie Jaws. And literally somebody will comment on the vlog, and they'll be like, have you ever watched the movie Jaws? And I'm like, am I being punked right now? Like, are you watching it? I don't know, really, to be honest with you, when somebody says that. But it's like, I literally talked in the last 2 vlogs, I think, about the walking pad. And somebody said, and commented and said, did you ever get the walking pad? And I'm like, did you watch the vlog? Like, I don't understand sometimes. Like, am I getting punked? Like, I'm confusion about it, right? Like, I don't really know what to do with those comments sometimes, you know what I mean? But yes, I did get the walking pad. No, I did not get a walking pad that I wanted, but I'm not going to invest enough money into, I'm not going to invest the money into another walking pad and have 2 walking pads that I'm not going to use. So, anyway, if you didn't watch my previous vlogs, I'm thinking about moving, well, I am going to move the vlog down to the basement, and I have a little area down there that I'm going to set up where it's like right next to where the laundry is, so that I can like walk down there at night when Alex is asleep, if it like rains, and then I can watch my shows on my iPad down there, and I can also listen to my audiobook. I don't know why it didn't really occur to me all the months before, because I would like look at it and I'd be like, oh, I could be like walking right now while I'm watching my shows, but I'm like, but then it'll be really loud for Alex. I don't know why, just one day it just like occurred to me, like, well, why don't you move it to the basement? So that's my plan with the walking pad, which I don't think that my husband will be unhappy about, because he's like, the walking pad's been sitting over there for literally months at this point. I will say this, I don't think the walking pad is bad. I have friends of mine that absolutely love their walking pad. For me, it's very, and I looked online and compared it. The one I have is, it's an okay one. It's not bad at all. But I'm like, online I've looked, and I mean, the length is really not a whole lot different than the treadmill. It's just very narrow. And I've noticed that unless you get like a walking pad that's literally like this long and this wide, and you just walk kind of in place, which is obviously what you do. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but like, which I would feel like I was like, if I wasn't watching what I was doing, I would fall off of it. They're really not ever a lot wider than that. Treadmills are, but not walking pads. I don't know, ideally maybe, I was going to say maybe I get a treadmill down the road. I would have to really, really, really use, I'm like thinking about my dad, because my dad and my stepmom have a gym in their house, like full gym in their house. I'm thinking about when I like, well, I mean, they've changed out a lot of stuff, but back then they had a full treadmill. I mean, they still do, but it's like a newer model. Oh my gosh, you guys, the tripod fell again. It was like right on the edge of the table, and just like starts going down. when I would work out at my dad's house, I used the stair stepper thing more than I used the treadmill. And I did a lot of free weights. Oh, I swam a lot too when I was there. I swam laps a lot at my dad's house. Well, I mean, what is this now? You know, over 30 years ago. I mean, 34 years ago or something like that. Their gym looks a lot different today. But that's what I would do when I lived there and would work out in their gym. I don't remember, like, if I had, like, having a treadmill there. I don't remember using the treadmill a lot. I used the stair stepper, and I swam laps, and I did, like, weightlifting and stuff like that, free weights. I don't know, like, I would have to use the walking pad a lot. You know, and I think I made excuses not to use it in the winter because it just, I think if I used it more, I would probably be more comfortable with it. But I would have to use it a lot for me to want to buy, like, a full treadmill. I mean, people have been like, buy a Peloton. I'm like, those Pelotons are so expensive. I'm like, I am not gonna buy a Peloton. I know people love the Pelotons and stuff like that. I don't, one thing for me with the walks at night, hey, how are you? Good, I like your hat. One thing for me is, like, I will say, like, at night when I walk, like, last night I wore, like, this hoodie again and stuff, and I got kind of warm halfway through. In the fall, unless it was, like, raining or sleeting or snowing and I would walk, I kind of liked walking in the cool weather. It was kind of nice and refreshing. The other thing is, it's a way for me to get out of the house. Like, I don't leave the house a lot, you know? So, for me to get away from the house and leave the house, like, the walk is really, really nice. It's not always just about exercise and, you know, fitness. It's also about getting out of the house. And, you know, like, Caroline and I, when she was driving back the other day, she was, like, she was pointing these different houses, and I was like, go down here. I was like, I saw these houses down here that are really cute. She's like, I've never even been down this street before, you know? And she's like, and I grew up around here. And I was like, yeah, this house is really cute, because I walked by it, they redid it, and stuff like that. So, I don't know, it's just, like, getting out, and, like, I mean, people are always really, really friendly, and wave, and stuff like that. I love my walks. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm glad that I'm getting back into it. Now, this week, what I would really like to do is add the strength training into it. My eating is still going good. I'm trying not to get on the scale every day. And I also, this is the other thing, like, you know, I stopped doing the weight loss journey videos. I don't want this to turn into, I mean, I love to talk about my walking and stuff like that, but I don't want this to turn into, like, a daily, like, weight loss journey update. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing the videos of that anymore, where I'm like, this is what I ate, and that's what, I mean, unless we go to a restaurant or something like that, or, you know, like, his aunt's house tonight and tell you what they had. I don't want to do that. I'm making a lot better choices, eating-wise. It's kind of strange, like, I will say this about the weight loss journey thing. It's like, when I was doing it and I was filming it, I would say for, like, the first half, 3/4 of it, it felt like filming it and doing the updates was really, really helping. That it was kind of keeping me, even though I was stagnant and I wasn't losing any weight, it felt like it was keeping me, like, I was holding myself accountable. It really seemed to help. And I know a lot of people are like, you shouldn't do these weight loss journeys online, they don't work, blah, blah. It seemed to help me. I don't know, that's just my experience. I don't know, maybe it was I mean, I wasn't really doing anything, you know? I wasn't making great food choices. I mean, I was very honest in those videos. And so I don't know, like, you know, it wasn't like, I wasn't even doing half of what I'm doing now, you know what I mean? And then I stopped doing it, and I gained weight, like, quite a bit of weight, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the coming of summer, or really what it was, a lot of fear is, I'm gonna be in the 260s again, and, like, I'm gonna be in the 260s again, and then I'm gonna be compromising my health. I mean, that's really my fear as I get older, is the compromising my health. I don't really, to be honest with you, like, don't get me wrong, you know, I would love to look fantastic and feel fantastic in my clothes, because when I was thinner, you know, a couple summers ago, I felt so good. Like, I put on things, I mean, I felt very confident when I walked out. I remember when we went to the Restoration Hardware opening, and that was, like, one of the first things I had gone to, like, having lost weight, you know, and I felt very, very confident in a way that I hadn't felt in years and years and years. And at that point, I think I was, like, I think like 207 pounds or something like that. I mean, I was literally like 60 pounds down from where I had started years ago, you know, at my highest at 268 or something like that. I felt very, very confident. And I think the fear of getting back up to that again, even though I wasn't filming. I mean, when I stopped doing the videos online, that scared me. I can remember thinking about it. I can remember thinking about it when we were in Mexico and being like, I don't think I want to do these, Miami and Mexico, and I was like, I don't think I want to do these videos anymore. I don't think they're helping me. And I can remember thinking about it and talking to Alex about it and being like, if I stop doing them, like, there's a chance that I'm going to, like, put on a lot, you know. I don't know. Well, that was when I did my update. I think it was like, I stopped doing them around the beginning of the year, or before the beginning of the year, like Thanksgiving. And so I remember Alex and I talking about it, and I was like, I don't really want to do these videos anymore, but I'm like scared if I don't do them, then I'm going to put on all this weight. Well, then I did put on a lot of weight, you know, and it was getting to a point where I was like, what am I going to do? Like, this is an upward trend, you know? And then when we went to Miami, we went to Mexico, I thought, like, my plan had been, well, I'm going to lose all this weight and get back into shape before Miami and then do this huge reveal, and that didn't happen. And, like I always say I'm going to do. And that didn't happen. And then I was like, we were on our vacation. It was really more when we were in Mexico talking about it. And I was like, I hadn't done a video coming back at the beginning of the year, like I had said, and I felt like I needed to do that. And Alex was like, what are you going to say? Are you going to keep it going on? And I said, I just don't feel like I need to keep it going on anymore. But I'm scared that if I just, like, close it down completely, like, you know. And that was, I think, really my come to Jesus moment. Like, are you relying on filming these videos? Like, what are you going to do? You have all the pieces, you know? Like, you know, have a personal trainer that you've met with that's put together this entire workout for you that you can do from home. Or he said he's more than willing to come over and work out with you, you know? And, I mean, obviously to be paid. But I've consulted as a nutritionist. I've done all the things, you know? And they put complete plans together and working with my doctor and things like that, you know? And it's like, are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? And I think I just was like, if not now, when, kind of thing. And I don't know. I will say this, I am somebody that with anything, you know, whether it's like reading books, like this year, I've read more books this year than I read all of last year. Last year I read 47 books, and I'm at 50 right now. Oh, here come the geese. When I get into something, like whether it's filming videos, whether it's walking, whether it's eating healthy, whether it's reading books, watching TV shows. I was thinking about this last night. If you guys have watched me for a long time, you'll know. I used to talk about the fact that, like, Alex would binge watch shows all weekend long. I'd be, like, so jealous because I couldn't even watch, like, one show, you know? And now I just binge watch the hell out of shows. I love it. It's my favorite thing, you know? And so, like, you know, not just on the weekends, but at night, I'll binge a show or whatever, you know? I think last night I watched, well, including this week's series or episode from past episodes, I think I watched 7 episodes of Love After Lockup last night. You know, when I get into like a routine of doing something, the battery just went to the halfway mark. I'm good at sticking to it. Like, I'm good at, like, it's when I stop. And so I just have to kind of make sure that I keep up on some level. But I was, like, very conscious to myself of being like, hey, how are you? Good. I was, like, very conscious of the fact that I was like, I have all the pieces that I need, and now I just need to implement them and do them, because I'm just not doing them. The strength training is the last part. But as far as, like, the eating, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good on the eating. I'm still, like, I will tell you, I struggle. I struggle so bad between, like, 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. I really do okay throughout most of the day and night. I have, like, changed some things up. Like, I have been, like, you know, having, like, more of, like, I wouldn't say breakfast, but, like, a protein shake or, like, oatmeal or something like that in the morning. I want to get some of those breakfast bars. I want to get some of those. So I've been, like, spacing out my day a little bit more where I never did that before. I always just ate one time a day. I don't know if that's helping a little bit. It actually, at first, when I started it, it made me more hungry throughout the day. But between about 2 and 4, I'm like, I could just eat everything in the kitchen. And thank God I don't have things in the kitchen. And when I review things now, I have to get, like, oh, here comes Alice. Hi, Alice. Oh, she just went like this. She was, like, looking at this, and I said, hi, Alice, and she went, hey, Alice. When review stuff now, I have to, like, get it out of the house right away. I just can't keep it around. The Reese's stuff, like, that I just reviewed yesterday, I have, like, all of it in this, like, bag, and I'm like, so I don't know. The craving of food late at night has, like, that is still ever present for me. And I'm still I know, like, I'm such an emotional eater, like, it just goes through, I mean, I crave food all the time, I really do. Like, what were we talking about yesterday, Alex and I? Oh, I was watching Polyfamily, and I was like, they were at some Mexican restaurant. I was like, oh my god, chips and salsa and queso sounds so good. And then last night in Love After Lockup, what were they eating? It's weird because I don't crave meat a lot, but like, they were having like fried chicken and like potato salad. I was like, oh my god, I want a barbecue so bad. Like, I crave food like all the time, you know, but I think I also feel better when I don't. The other thing is this, it's like all the pieces that I already knew, I've like taken, like, stop eating when you're full. Like, I was a person that ate until I was so full I couldn't even move anymore. So now, I don't do that, you know? So all those pieces that I learned in that last year, I'm just kind of taking and applying now. And I'll tell you that it's slow. It is... Okay, that's enough. Alice. Gertrude? That's enough. They're just standing in the yard doing that. Who are you going off at? Hey, Alice, did you know that geese don't, they don't quack, and they don't bark, they honk. You knew that? Oh, okay. Anyway, but it's tough, you know, it's like, I don't know. One of the reasons why I'm trying, and everybody's like, don't get on the scale every day. I have such a hard time with that, okay? But I'm trying to be good. But then when you get on the scale, like, you don't get on it, and then 3 days later you get on it, and you're like literally the exact same way, and you're like, I mean, my steps have gone up quite a bit, okay? From like walking 2 hours a day, my steps have gone up quite a bit. Where are my steps at here now? Like yesterday, I walked 14,692. The day before I walked 14,742. Today I've walked 537. The first long walk that I did the other day was 12,467. I mean, you know, the thing is that for most people that get out of their house and go and walk around the world and have to work, 14,000 steps is probably not a lot. It's probably why I'm not. You walked an average. You're averaging about the same number of steps a day this year and last year. What? No. Oh, I don't like this thing anymore. It's making me sad. But anyway, I don't know. I feel, I will say this. It's easier for me in the spring and summer than it is for me in the fall and winter. In the fall and winter, I just want to hibernate and eat food and just sit inside. And I still do. I still do. I mean, in the spring and summer. But knowing that I want to go to the pool, knowing that I want to, like, feel free and clothes and stuff like that, you know, I don't know. It just makes it easier. So, anyway. So last night, I took a 2-hour and 3-minute walk. Okay, I finished the second James Patterson book. I started the third one. I came back. When I came back, Alex was inside. He was watching The Good Wife. And he was like, I'm going to finish this episode and then I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, okay. So we finished the episode. I was putting the vlog up. And drinking like a protein shake and stuff like that, which I always do when I come back from my walks. And then I have protein shakes and protein water. But, so anyway, the protein water I really, really like. When the nutritionist told me about it, I wasn't real sold on it. It tastes like, it has like a protein powder kind of like aftertaste to it. But it just looks like, I don't even know what it's called. It just looks like bottles of like Gatorade. But then it has like protein in it or something like that. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But anyway, so I was talking to him. I was like, well, tell me about, you know, your day and how your day went and all kinds of stuff. So he was telling me about who they ran into. They ran into friends of ours and what he did. And I was like, was that fun? He's like, yeah, it actually was kind of fun. When they got down, their carb day was over. So it was just like they were doing this concert at night. Everybody was camping out. They just walked around. They ate pizza. I said, you ate pizza like at the track? He's like, no, in like Main Street Speedway. So they were like in the town of Speedway, which I guess was like, he said it was super crazy busy last night. So anyway, he had a good time. And then he went to bed kind of early. So when I got all that stuff done, I talked to a couple people on the phone, and then I texted Nikki to see if she still wanted to watch Love After Lockup, because it was, at that point, it was like almost midnight. And she's like, yeah, I'm just waiting. And I said, okay, let me take a shower really quick. So I took a shower, put on clean pajamas. Alex was asleep. I went over, kissed him goodbye, came downstairs, lit the candles, and then we watched Love After Lockup. And then after that, she was going to read her book. She's listening to this Lies and Deception or something like that. She's going to listen to that. No, she's going to listen. She's listening to it on Audible. And she's like, I'm going to listen to this and just go to sleep. And I said, okay, I'm going to finish up. So I finished episode 6 and 7 of season 1 of Love After Lockup. So I finished Love After Lockup season 1, and I started season 2, and I'm on the 4th episode already. Or 5th episode. It's so good, you guys. I'm so obsessed with Love After Lockup. So that was my night last night. I had a great night. And then tonight, I mean, unless we get home, I don't think we'll get home early at all. But unless we get home early, I won't be walking tonight. So I'll plan on walking tomorrow. To be honest with you, my body probably needs a break from walking the last 2 days. But I feel pretty good right now. Like, I could probably go out and walk right now. The other thing is, do you remember when I really, really struggled, like, sitting here and listening to an audiobook, which I don't really struggle with anymore? And I was like, you know, I always listen to my audiobooks when I would, like, drive and whatever. Now that I'm not driving, I don't listen to audiobooks. I was really, like, struggling getting back into that. I'm loving, and I've said this before on every time I get into my walking thing again, is I love the just walking and listening to the audiobooks. Or it keeps me, like, I'll get to an end of a chapter and I'll be like, I want to find out what happens. And I'll just, like, it'll push me farther and farther and farther. The one thing I did do last night, okay, was I kind of stayed around, like, I went outside of our neighborhood, but I stayed around close enough that I wasn't far away from having to come back and use the restroom, okay? I really, really appreciate when people were like, Peter, like, you're a guy, you can go to the restroom outside. I don't think that people really realize that, with the exception of some woods behind our neighborhoods, we live in a very suburban residential area that is kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it. Okay, there's not really like, and I have looked, because when I had to go to the bathroom the other night really badly, trust me, I was looking. There's not really anywhere except for, like, behind somebody's tree in the front yard that I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? There's nowhere to go. Let me just put it that way, okay? I mean, the woods are, like, behind people's houses, like, they're gated houses, and behind, I mean, there's not really, like, I'd have to go through somebody's front yard into the back of their house, like, behind the woods. Like, and I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? People are like, Peter, you can go outside. I mean, I'm not just going on the side of the street, okay? So I have to kind of keep it around here to go to the bathroom. But anyway, so that was last night. Last night was a good night. I couldn't kind of get, like, I was hot all last night when I came home. I was like, what is going on? I just kept on getting, and then I looked and I turned on the heat, because it was not like, you know, like earlier in the evening, it started getting kind of cold. And so I turned on the heat, and Alex must have come home, and sometimes he just, like, kind of hits it like that. And so I looked, and it was like 77 degrees in our house. I was like, oh my God, no wonder I'm so hot. I had these, like, big, thick Abercrombie sweatpants on that I have now. And I was like, it is so hot in this house. Like, what is going on? So turned down the heat. Anyway, but very cozy evening. Oh my God, there was a huge bird out there. I got to fill these bird feeders. That's the other thing I got to do. They've gone through so much of it while I've just been sitting out here. And the geese are out there and the birds are out there. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get this rendered, and then I'm going to get this uploaded, hopefully, before we leave, and get in a shower, and then we're going to go over to his aunt and uncle's house. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be fun, just kind of, like, hang out with everybody. And then tomorrow, depending on what tomorrow... Is today Saturday? Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's the race day. Depending on what tomorrow looks like, and how we get up, I'll film some videos, or I'll wait till Monday, and if not Monday, because it's Memorial Day, wait till Tuesday. I don't know. I'll make videos when I make videos, but I will be vlogging. I'll be vlogging tomorrow and definitely Monday, but who knows? I might be back on Tuesday, or I might be back tomorrow. I don't really know on my other channels. So anyway. What do you think, Gertrude and Alice? She didn't do that, but I wish she would have. That would have cracked me up. I wish I could catch that on camera. Alice! She just went like this, though. She's looking at something on the street. I think Alice is the smaller one and Gertrude is the bigger one. Okay, well, I gotta go out there and feed these birds. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I love you so much. And I hope you're having a magically amazing weekend. If you're going through a hard time right now, this too shall pass and the sun shall shine again. And I know it's hard to believe that when we're going through tough times. If you're going through good times right now and you're having a really good weekend, say thank you to whatever you believe in, whether that's the universe or a higher power. And in the moment, be like, you know what? You don't even have to say thank you. You can just say, you know what? This is a really good moment. I'm really happy and grateful for this good moment. Because we focus sometimes on the negative moments, but we're not, well, at least me. Sometimes I focus on the negative moments, but I'm not really appreciative of the good moments. So in the good moments, like today is a good day for me. Just be like, you know what? Today is a good day, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you guys. And I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.